This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on this Monday. That's the plan. Will it happen? Hell, I don't know. I'm Tito. Bobby Carpenter, my left. Bodie Wells over there. Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning, Tito. How we doing?
Yeah, you know. Kept getting issues. Bed bugs.
What do you know?
Bodie, did you go to the game?
I did, yes.
Both games
Yes,
or just
sir.
the one game?
Just the game on Saturday.
Okay.
Kind of a little wiped out after that, so.
I got you. Nice weekend, Bob?
Yeah, can't complain. Buckeyes got a win, and
They did.
weather was tremendous for the game. I mean, they've had every home game. It has been very, very nice at Ohio State this year, and hopefully that'll continue. It's supposed to be pretty nice, I think, on Saturday for Rutgers. So I'll take high 50s, little smattering of rain, but nothing significant during the game, and especially a beautiful night game here in mid-November. That's fantastic.
Did you get rain at your house or not?
I was at the game, so
I know. I'm saying, I didn't know if it rained. Like, if you got home, if you noticed any moisture. Because I got no rain at home. I know Heather went to the game, and it rained there, she told me.
Yeah.
I got nothing in my house.
I don't think we did. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, by the time I got back, it was later in the evening, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it was, like I said, raining or not. I don't believe that it was, but unknown.
Ohio State wins 48-10. We talked that game against UCLA, and by the way, we'll talk to Bill Bender here shortly as well. The game on Saturday, Bob. There are things I loved, things I didn't love, but I'm glad they got the kick return for a touchdown. That was fun to watch.
Yeah.
They don't get many of those. It's been a while, a hot minute since they got one of those. We'll talk more about the game later. I'm just got like your snapshot of it. Was there anything that you didn't like about the performance?
Not really. Once I found out that Nico was going to be down, I'm like, I don't know what I'm really going to be able to take from this game
Right.
moving forward. That's the issue. Like, I thought, all right, with him playing, you'll be able to at least have the defense take a look at what they can do against a really athletic, like top flight quarterback.
Right.
And then, unfortunately, he was ruled out before the start of the game. I found that out that Saturday morning they had ruled him out. So, there wasn't a ton there to kind of be able to see. Like, hey, does the running game look good? Does
Running game
Julian
looked better
good?
for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
Bo looked good. They had some big runs. Felt like Julian threw the ball pretty well, better in the first half than in the second.
Yep.
But you got to see Lincoln in there. I mean, a lot of guys got a chance to play, and
There were things about the game, about the passing game that were, I don't know, fractured, but like
it didn't look as cohesive
Right.
as it normally does.
and you
so-
could talk apart injury without Jeremiah and Carnell out there, but also Julian looked like, Julian was dinged up obviously as well with his ankle.
He looked like he was laboring a little bit. So
Yeah.
you get Mylan Graham out there a little more. You get JJ off the field. You see a little more Brandon Ennis, a bigger game for him with 6 catches.
Yeah.
He was a lot more involved. Bryson Rogers, it was great to see him make some plays out there. So it was good. That part of it was good. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest game that they've had, but they still won 48-10.
Right,
and
yeah, wasn't that funny?
overwhelmingly dominant
Right.
performance. So, when it's 24-0 at half. Like,
Yeah.
you can, or 27. You can only complain so
27,
much.
right, yeah. Ravens beat the Browns yesterday, 23-16. Steelers over the Bengals, 34-12. Eagles beat the Lions, 16-9. Rams over the Seahawks, 22-19. Cowboys host Vegas tonight. Oh, it's a great day for Bodie.
Quentin Williams' debut. Let's go.
Bodie's excited.
Let's go.
Jackets host Montreal tonight at 7:30. Ohio State men defeat Notre Dame. Sorry, Bodie, 64-63. OSU women, Bob, yesterday. They were losing just 27-24 to UConn after one quarter, but then lost 100-68.
Yeah.
3-point game until it wasn't. Lots, like I say, Bill Bender's going to break down Ohio State here from Ryan Day a little bit later on as well. But first, Bob, why don't you take on the unenviable task of making me smarter?
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, Jen, do your thing.
It is Monday, November 17th, the 321st day of the year, 44 days remaining.
Are we a week from Thursday is Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
About 10, 11 days.
Yeah.
Where we're sitting at right now.
Yep.
44 remaining in the rest of the year. The state 1777, the Articles of Confederation are submitted to the states for ratification as the first governing document of the United States. The state 1800, United States Congress holds its first session. 1858, Denver, Colorado. Beautiful city out there. They call it the Mile High City. Thitoff is founded.
That's where Your Highness should be living.
Well, I bet he visits there every once in a while.
Does.
This date, 1869, the Suez Canal linking the Mediterranean and the Red Sea is officially dedicated. And on this date, 1959, the San Francisco Giants, famed Willie McCovey, wins the National League Rookie of the Year. You know, they've got a cove out there that they named after him.
I do, and that's where there was a bunch of steroid balls went.
Looks good. Well, steroid balls, what do those look like?
I'll show you in the break. I'm not going to do it on camera right now, Bob.
All right. This day, 1962, John F. Kennedy dedicates Dulles International Airport, opening up out there outside of Washington. And on that same day, Big Girls Don't Cry by the Four Seasons hits number one.
Big girl.
You don't,
No, what's wrong?
I don't need to hear that.
Was I close?
anymore. Not even close.
Oh, come on.
I don't need to hear that.
There's your
anymore.
poll question. Was I close?
Was like,
Yes, no.
this day, 1968, viewers of the Jets and Raiders are robbed of watching the finish when NBC goes into the airing of the TV show Heidi. I thought he was going to be able to get something from that.
The problem was, I'll kind of bail out Mo here. He got a couple clips for a couple different things, but they were very, very long.
Oh, really?
I was like, with Bill Bender coming, and I didn't have time to edit them down this morning, and with Bender coming up, I didn't want to keep him waiting too long.
I got
there,
you.
So.
That makes sense. He was pretty excited about that. But what happened was, during the game ran longer, and instead of watching the end of the game, they preempted the game with the television show.
With the movie Heidi. The movie Heidi came on, yeah.
Oh, Heidi, I thought
No
it was a show.
multi-view back then.
Yeah. So the movie Heidi comes on, and like in the like the stuff that people missed, there was like 2 touchdowns in the final 3 minutes.
Hey.
Jets Raiders.
It's amazing. Amazing to see how far we've come with that, because that would never even be the case now. This date, 1973, Richard Nixon tells 400 reporters, "I am not a crook." Was he a crook at all?
Yes, you know what? He was crooked. Let's put it that way. I think he was crooked.
Crooked, there you
Forrest
go.
Gump. I found a little bit.
Overrated. That's
Exactly.
Overrated.
1997, The Woman is released, Shania Twain's second studio album on there.
Sorry about that.
Go for it. To reach it out.
Do it again. But the album's called Woman. The Woman. Did she sing "I Feel Like a Woman"? Was that her also?
That was
song?
her.
That
on
was
that
her,
album?
I believe that was on
Was
that
it?
woman.
Okay.
Or on that album.
Yeah.
And it was certified diamond, selling over 10 million copies. This day, 1997, Mario Lemieux is inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. And then in 1998, Americana, the fourth album by All Offspring, is released.
Give it to me, baby.
There we go.
And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
Bodie, that song came out when I was a freshman in high school. Do you remember this at all?
I've never heard that song in my life.
Are you
Bob.
serious?
I don't think so.
Now, Bob, you should feel old.
I do. Well, I am old. I'm 42, so
Oh,
I get that. That's amazing. Some birthdays today. Oh gosh, the fact that he wrote this song right before his birthday, or it was inspired by the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Gordon Lightfoot, born on this date, 1938.
And I know that I won't
Oh, it's another banger here.
We've been
Little toe tapper.
Yes, it is.
rain or shine for such a long time.
I know you're a big Gordon Lightfoot enthusiast.
Dude, I am. I'm not going to lie about that. Rain
good.
Day People, It's a great song. Edwin Fitzgerald's a great one.
Yeah. Martin Scorsese, the famed director, turning 83 today.
And the Oscar goes to Martin Scorsese.
Could you double check the envelope? Thank you. I'm overwhelmed with this honor with the Academy, and also the honor of being presented by my old friends. We go back 37 years. I'm so moved, so many people over the years have been wishing this for me. So, strangers, I'm walking in the street, people say something to me. I go in a doctor's office, I go in a whatever, elevators, people saying, I wish you should win, I go for an x-ray, you should win one. And I'm saying thank you. And then some friends of mine over the years and friends who are here tonight who are wishing this for me and my family, I thank you. This is for you. And I want to thank my daughter Kathy, who's here tonight, who worked on the film, and Domenica, and my wife Helen, and our little Francesca, who's 7 years old, who's watching right now. Francesca, stay up for another 10 minutes, but then jump up and down and make a lot of noise at the hotel. Okay? I'll see you in the morning. Thank you.
Congrats there to Martin Scorsese. Jim Boeheim, longtime Syracuse head coach, national champion, 5-time Final Four appearances, turning 81 today.
Coach, you don't seem nearly as upset after the first few games yet.
Well, then you don't understand me, and you're making a judgment that I don't think you're capable
That's fine, but is
to make.
Is reality maybe saying that that's what the team is right now?
No, let's get back to you first, all right?
Okay.
Don't tell me how upset I am, okay?
I'd like to know.
I've already told you that, and if I am, you don't need to ask that. When we play poorly, I'm upset. If you have a question, then I'll answer it. What's your question?
So the question is the fact that maybe you don't see.
I'll answer the question.
Outsider's perspective, as upset as you were after the first game.
Well, that's not do you want to have a question? Let's not talk about what I am, all right? Talk about what's your question.
The question is the reality saying that that's what the team is so far?
Right now, the reality is we're not a very good basketball team, which is what I said 3 games ago. And I don't think we changed my mind today.
Don't worry about what I am. I'll answer the question.
He almost had he was offered the Ohio State coaching job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, way back when, and ended up not taking it. Yeah, Ohio State tried to hire him.
Was that before Randy
Thad,
Ayers?
or
No, it was back even before that. It was back when
Gary Williams?
I think it was when the Gary Williams, or actually maybe before that, maybe before the hire. No, it was after Eldon Miller. Yeah, after Eldon Miller, they offered him. Eldon Miller was right before Gary Williams.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's as far back as I can go.
I got you.
Very surly, that Jim Boeheim. Kind of an angry fella
Yes, he was.
sometimes. But reality was setting in that they were the greatest team, apparently. Don't worry about what I am.
if you got that 2-3 zone in the tournament, though, felt like they'd always make the second weekend.
Big win for the Buckeyes, though, over Notre Dame yesterday.
It
I
was.
did go to that.
Did you go to that?
Yeah, it's my first basketball game in a couple of years. Guy who has actually made a reappearance, hadn't seen him in a while. Not the tallest fellow in the world. He lies. Mr. Danny DeVito turning 81.
My name is Elaine Nardo. They told me to ask for Louis.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Louis De Palma.
Oh, hi.
I hope there's no trouble. If there is, I'll be glad to help in any way I can.
Oh, no. It's just that they told me I'd be starting work today as a driver. Oh, here's my hack license.
You're a cab driver?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean busting my chops here, making believe you're a regular person? Go wait over there. I'll call your name and number. Till then, keep your mouth shut.
What's wrong? Don't they feed you in there?
Woo! Woo, woo! Hey, witty person, fill out this form. And I hope you fill it out better than you fill out your pants. See? We're all fun here.
What was that from? Do you know?
Taxi.
Oh, Taxi?
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, go and do a Google search on what does a yellow light mean, and you will see a fantastic comedic skit with
Danny DeVito?
Well, DeVito's not in the skit, but Doc from
Rivers?
Doc
Yes.
from Back to the Future's in it. What's his name? That actor?
Doc Blanchard.
No, that's a different Doc. Doc
Dr.
Brown.
J.
Doc Brown
Oh.
is the character's name in Back to the Future. I can't the guy's name.
That's his name in real life.
That's not his name. I'm just the actor, Christopher
Lloyd.
Yes,
Christopher Reeves.
It'd be a lot different with Christopher Reeves, I can tell you that, because he wouldn't be getting a driver's license, I wouldn't think. I could be wrong on that.
Some other birthdays. Turning 81 as well, same day as Danny DeVito. Lorne Michaels, the founder and creator of SNL.
Usually I'm pitching my ideas to some white dude like Kelsey Grammer or Dylan McDermott or that crazy dude with the white hair.
Lorne Michaels? That's your boss. That's
your boss. Man, every time I see that dude, I crack up.
Yeah, man, dude is a little weird. Always talking about gardening and living in Canada, eh? But this week, it's our show, baby. All right? So let the revolution begin.
That's right. And it's being televised,
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
I got mad lines, man. And this week I'm blowing up the spot.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, come on, let's go. We're in the middle of a show, okay?
Yeah, Lorne. All right. Jamie?
Give me a soda, bitch!
Okay. All right.
There we go. Little Lorne Michaels there on SNL. I believe that was Jamie Foxx and Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, it was
Tracy Morgan. It was Jamie Foxx was as well. Tom Seaver, born in this state 1944, the 12-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner and Hall of Famer.
A 19-strikeout game is historic enough. Up to that time, it had only been done once in the previous century. But on this day at Shea Stadium, Tom Seaver did something even more impressive. Seaver had received his 1969 Cy Young Award before the game, and early on, he dominated the Padres. With 2 outs in the 6th, he'd recorded 9 strikeouts, and that's when Tom Terrific's performance went from dominant to untouchable. Seaver struck out the last 10 batters in a row. No other pitcher had ever struck out that many in succession. While 3 other pitchers have gone on to strike out 20 in a game, Seaver's 10 consecutive strikeouts is a record that still stands.
There we go. Some other birthdays. Browns coaching legend Butch Davis turning 74.
I like to think, that I was always kind of hip and in tune to what the players were thinking about and what they were doing. We got players on the bus with the big, gigantic headphones. I said, what are you listening to? And I'm thinking that I actually kind of know a little bit about music and who the leading artists are, and takes the headphones off and he goes, Trick Daddy. And as soon as he said Trick Daddy, I knew I had no idea what pop culture was about. I'd lost everything with all of the players. Trick Daddy, everybody loved him. I wished I would have known more about him.
Butch Davis had a little bit of a howdy-doody country temperament to him. Cowboys legend.
Cowboy, listen, talking about Trick Daddy. That was not on my bingo card of where that was going to go this morning. Some other birthdays turning at 47 today. Reggie Wayne, and also turning 47 today, the lovely Rachel McAdams.
But don't you take the easy way out.
What easy way? There is no easy way. No matter what I do, somebody gets hurt.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants?
What's this?
Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want.
What is it?
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
I never thought my sister would meet anyone who cares about what other people think.
Oh, yeah.
And I met Craig. Dead silence.
It's so good. That was
Good
that
movie?
was The Notebook.
Yeah.
Well, he was referencing Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers classic. I think they're re-releasing in theaters. I think for like a weekend or something coming up because
That's
like
great.
anniversary.
I don't know. I
think
haven't
they
seen
are
that, but
for like
Really?
the weekend. Yeah, I think it's
What,
Wedding Crashers.
20
yeah.
years anniversary?
I think that's what it is. I think it's
Yeah.
20. Yeah.
Hard to
Oh,
believe.
wow, that makes me feel really old. Also, then passing away on this date, 2006. It's hard to believe it's been almost 20 years ago since the passing of Bo Schembechler.
No man is more important than the team. No coach is more important than the team. The team, the team, the team. And if we think that way, all of us, everything that you do, you take into consideration what effect does it have on my team. Because you can go into professional football, you can go anywhere you want to play after you leave here. You will never play for a team again. You'll play for a contract, you'll play for this, you'll play for that. You'll play for everything except the team. And think what a great thing it is to be a part of something that is the team. We're going to win it. We're going to win the championship again because we're going to play as a team. Better than anybody else in this conference, we're going to play together as a team. We're going to believe in each other. We're not going to criticize each other. We're not going to talk about each other. We're going to encourage each other.
Is he a Buckeye? No, I'm asking you a serious question.
Me coached at Ohio State.
He coached at Ohio State. He coached for, I think, Miami as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is he from Ohio?
I think so.
Okay. Would you consider him a Buckeye?
I don't think you would associate him with Ohio State. Not in a bad way, just...
No, I'm saying he's a Woody protege.
Yeah, but he was the head coach at Michigan for a long time.
Yeah, he was. Almost went to A&M. They offered him a ton of money back in the early 80s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like... It was a thing where, like, there was a press conference called, I believe, and where people thought he was going to say, I'm going to A&M.
Be the head coach at Alabama.
And then he ended up saying, I'm a Michigan man, or something. I'm not leaving.
I'm a Michigan man.
By the way, he was famously fired Bill Frieder, who was the head coach at Michigan, when he announced before the NCAA tournament he was going to take the Arizona State job. And said he wanted to coach Michigan through the NCAA tournament. And Bo's the AD, and Bo said, no, a Michigan man's going to coach Michigan. You're done now. And hired Steve Fisher, took over and led him to the national championship that year back in 1989.
There we go. Some holidays observances today. It is Homemade Bread Day.
Ooh.
It is International Students Day. National Black Cat Day. How about that? National Unfriend Day. So make sure you get to clean up your
go.
There you go. And
my list is long.
What? Your list is long of being unfriended?
I'll be unfriended a bunch today. People know that's what it is.
Okay. And Little Mermaid Day. How about that for you? And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Monday, November 17th, the 321st day of the year, 44 days remaining, and a big, what would it be now?
44?
Happy 30.
Hank Aaron.
What?
44 days, right? Say 44 days left in the year. It's Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron was 44.
Oh, okay.
That's I stole Bodie's thunder. I'm
Marlon
sorry.
Humphrey.
There we go.
I was going to also wish my youngest brother is turning 36 today, I believe. So big happy birthday to my brother Nathan as well.
Well done as always, Joe. The dramatic pause before Little Mermaid Day really left Bodie and I on the edge of our seats there. Also, Steve Kerr, fan favorite, said that Sheb Beckler, Miami, Ohio grad, much like Sue Padre.
Coaching a cradle.
Yeah.
Cradle
I knew
coaches.
that he was there. Yeah, I knew
he was a coach. I didn't know he was a grad, though.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying. Wedding Crashers, by the way, released or will be released in limited time screenings December 4th and 11th this year.
Okay.
In theaters.
December 11th, you said?
December 4th and December 11th, yes.
I want my painting back.
To commemorate, that was a gift.
It was a gift, Todd. Taking it with me.
Coming up next, Bill Bender, Sporting News, joins us. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Get ready for big savings this season at Germain Toyota. Drive home a rugged 2026 Toyota Tundra with 2.99% APR for up to 72 months, plus get $1,000 in customer cash. Or take the wheel of a 2026 Toyota Camry LE. Lease it for just $269 a month for 36 months with 10,000 miles a year and $32.99 due at signing. Whether it's power or performance you're after, Germain Toyota has the deal to get you there in style. Visit Germain Toyota at the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together.
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
We are Morning Juice. We are sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. Event Risk Elite Protection. 2 full hours here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and the Fan app and HD3. Download the show anytime. Catch us on 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Also replaying the show on the Fan 2, 1460 a.m. from 1 to 3 p.m. We'll get Bill Bender on here shortly from Sporting News, Bob. And we'll hear from Brian Day, by the way, in the 7 o'clock hour, hear what he had to say after the win over UCLA. Lots of NFL talk also in that second hour of our program. Bob, the another thing about the game that stood out, well, I'm glad Keenholz got into the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was I was impressed or not impressed. I was happy to see that him get some action there. Him get some reps.
Surprised. You shouldn't have been surprised that he got in that game. I mean,
no, not surprised.
Did you anticipate it being a close game?
No. I didn't. I didn't know though, but I got the vibe though, Bob, that with some of the misfires by Sand, it felt like they needed to work some of those, see some positive things at the end of the performance by Sand and the receivers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Carnell wasn't in, and JJ didn't play much.
Right.
A lot of the game. So there was some misfires in there. Like I said, the first half was pretty good.
Yeah.
The second half wasn't near as clean. I think he was only 5 of 10 in the second half.
Yeah.
So not as good as you would like to have seen. But I mean, I don't put a ton of stock in that at this point. That was kind of the first game I think that they've had that was a little bit of a clunker. Offensively, just looked a little disjointed in the second half, but you still won by 38 points.
I know, Bob. I know.
I mean, it wasn't even ever close or remotely a game. So what do you want to say about it?
No, I'm saying, but that's the thing, though, that I find, like, interesting about it is that I'm sitting there thinking to myself, it wasn't great. But, I mean, Sand goes 23 out of 31. 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
That's a bad day.
I know. That's probably how spoiled we are.
Day for
I
him.
know. It shows you how spoiled I am, I guess, but how spoiled some people are, though, is that he goes 23 for 31, 184, 1 touchdown, no picks, and it's like, really could have been better. But anyway, and we'll talk more about college football, too. We got to see
because he set the standard so high.
Yeah.
Like, he's played so well all season long, and almost to the point where it doesn't even look real. So, yeah, there's always going to feel like there's a little bit of a letdown to come down with that, and that's okay. So you get back on track this week. What does it look like? And it's tough because they're in the middle of that 3-game stretch right now where you're playing 3 games in a row where you're 30-point favorites basically for all the games before Michigan. And it's like, okay, what do you want to do with that? Like, what are you judging them off of, with this? And so you're not judging them based upon wins and losses. You're judging them against their performance, which is what Ryan Day does. And that's fine, and the expectation of what it should be. But it's hard to have a real firm understanding of what it should look like because it's not like it was ever close, and it's not like it was a 31-20 game
right.
that they quote squeaked out. I mean, you're sitting there at halftime just watching it for the pure viewing entertainment of what it is, not because it was a game that was in doubt.
South Carolina goes into their game with A&M. They were 3-6.
I cannot believe they lost that game. I walked in to start coaching my sixth grade basketball. They're up by 27 points or whatever.
It was 30-3, yeah.
And next thing I know, I'm like, wait, they lost 31-30?
It was 33 at the half. They lose 31-30, yeah. Let's bring in Bill Bender now for the Sporting News. Bill, good morning, my friend. And I'm curious, after this weekend, when you look at, like, the ACC and where they're headed, do you think who do you think's going to win the ACC race? And also TE13, and that we usually ask AJ, we don't ask Bill now, though, but also wants to know if you think any group of 5 school could win a playoff game this year.
I'll take that one first.
Right.
I'm not sure they could. Because right now, I mean, James Madison could legitimately be your group of 5 playoff team. They were impressive over the weekend. That American Conference, the losses are starting to pile up. It is the best group of 5 conference, but I don't know if you might have a 3-loss team come out of it. So James Madison might be the highest ranked team there. What was the first question again?
ACC race. How do you see that playing out?
Yeah. Georgia Tech, I think, unless it's Virginia or Pitt or SMU. I mean, that's the wide open nature of it. I do think Virginia did us a favor by beating Duke 34-17 and doubling them up, and that way they don't have to have a 5-loss team in the ACC championship game, though Duke still has a path, believe it or not. But I'll take Georgia Tech, despite a defense that has been shredded the last 2 weeks.
Do we learn anything about Pitt or more about Notre Dame in that game?
I actually think we learned more about Notre Dame. They're starting to look like a legitimate national championship contender. Now, some people might scoff at that, but the way that they run the football with Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, their offensive line's been dominant. Defense has gotten better as the season has progressed. They're playing with a little bit of an edge. All of that is a cue from Marcus Freeman, in my opinion. I mean, he just has that team playing at a very high level, and some of it will hinge on CJ Carr. And I know I play this game with you guys kind of each week of, okay, what would this team look like against Ohio State? And they're one of the few that stayed on the list. Like, Miami left the list, and Alabama just had a bunch of turnovers. But each week, Notre Dame's kind of they've stayed on that course, so they've been really good.
Bodie Wells. I'm sorry, Bill Bender joins us from Sporting. I said Bodie Wells on accident because of the Notre Dame love there. No, but Bill, if you were in the room with the committee, would you ding Texas A&M for falling behind 30-3 to South Carolina, or would you put them a little higher because they rallied from a 27-point deficit to win a game?
You know, I'm what Bobby just said a few minutes ago. I don't know how South Carolina lost that game. I mean, they're up 30-3 at halftime, and I know Marcel Reed got hot in the third quarter. He had over 200. He had 203 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, 9-12 in the third quarter alone. So, and I get that you're on the road, but how do you blow a 27-point lead in a game like that where you dominated the first half? They literally just needed to score like 1 touchdown with the probability factor there. But I think they might get – I don't know if they'll get dinged because Alabama lost. So I think our top 3 will remain the same. Georgia will probably be number 4. And you guys know this as well as anybody. The SEC publicist will pump up Georgia this week. That's the team to beat. They're hot at the right time, et cetera, et cetera. You know how that works.
You think Oklahoma gets in the playoff now?
I do. And the hardest part of the rankings on Tuesday to me will be, where do they put Oklahoma, Alabama, and Notre Dame? How do they – I mean, I think a lot of people would stack those teams up differently. In theory, they should put Oklahoma ahead of Alabama. I don't know if they're going to do that. I think they'll maybe still forgive Alabama somehow because Alabama's the team that we are contractually obligated to argue about in every playoff ranking. So, and where do you put Notre Dame or Oklahoma? I do think Oklahoma could be that 5th SEC team in. All they have to do is beat Missouri and LSU the next 2 weeks, and they've got a really good chance to do that.
Bill Bender joins the Sporting News. I saw an interesting meme from our guy, McNeil, Reflog 18, and it was a thing where James Franklin showing like as Virginia Tech's coach, it's the vibe of it was, you can't lose big games if you can't play any more big games if you go to Virginia Tech. And do you think Franklin will end up getting announced soon to be Virginia Tech head coach?
I do, and I think it's a good fit. I don't. The meme is what it is, right? I mean, he's not going to be playing as many top 10 games. There's no question, but he knows that area. Pennsylvania guy will be able to recruit there. It's Virginia Tech. I've said this, and it sounds like broad analysis, but since Frank Beamer left, I don't feel like they've had that same game day Beamer ball, tough place to play environment for the most part. And it bears it out. Look at their record against ranked teams since Frank Beamer left. It's not good at all. Metallica's still cool. The entrance is still cool. It can be a cool place to play. And James Franklin's the right guy for that job. It's a get for them, no question.
Have you ever seen a scene quite like what was going on with Florida and Lane Kiffin?
So, to get it straight, it was you're beating the other team, but you want their head coach, right? Did I get it right?
Yes,
pretty much. And had Ole Miss lost that game, there would have been a lot of hot takes about did Florida give Ole Miss Coach Lane Kiffin an excuse to leave? It's still a bizarre situation because Ole Miss is definitely going to get in the playoff for the first time in program history. Lane Kiffin's responsible for a lot of that success. So I can't believe I'm saying this, and we've talked about it. Why would you leave to Florida where they press reset all the time? You know, McElwain, Mullen, Billy Napier, and I feel like I'm missing a coach in there somewhere, but they do it all the time. I think I would stay at Ole Miss if I was Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, it feels to me like Florida's getting into that dangerous territory of where Nebraska is. You know, we're like great program, great history, great success that we all saw growing up, and now they're almost just like they're fading.
Yeah, I mean, and they had two really good runs with Steve Spurrier and, of course, Urban Meyer with the 2 national championships in 3 years. But since Urban left, like I said, it's like I always make the analogy, they're that kid that they're losing in the second quarter of the video game, so they just press reset and leave the room. I never did that as a kid, by the way. I took my losses. Very few times I pressed reset on NBA Jam or Madden or whatever, but they haven't had a coach for 5 years since Urban left. So, and I know we live in a different world of college football where you want success now, but I just, whoever they hire has to know that, man, you better win right away.
But Bill, when you're playing the video game against the computer, you can reset, right? But if you're playing against another person, then you don't. Is that how you would look at it, or would you play it out no matter what?
It's bad form when you're playing another human being.
Yes.
And, I played a lot of NBA Jam. I was with the Pacers a lot with Reggie Miller.
And
so,
Rick Smits?
I would just shoot. Yeah, we were. Maybe I was a finesse team on NBA Jam, but we definitely shot a lot of threes. But I never, if I was losing to a buddy, as bad as it hurt, we took the loss.
Texas took a loss. Are they out of the playoff, Bill, or based on how they looked, or can they still win their way in over A&M?
I think they would be a very intriguing 9-3 team because they played Ohio State, and they played Ohio State close, and they're the only team that played Ohio State close this season. The loss at Georgia was it really, that score doesn't reflect where that game was before Georgia just took it over with a couple aggressive play calls on 4th down and the onside. I don't know that they can get in, but it does have my interest that they are ranked ahead of Michigan and ranked and right there with USC. So if they got to 9-3 and some teams lose, they might have a compelling case. I just don't know that they're going to take a 3-loss at-large Texas team, even though they'll be the highest-ranked 3-loss team.
Get you out of this one. Bill Bender, Sporting News, joins us now. You got USC Oregon this weekend coming up, and it feels like it's an elimination game for USC, but it's not for Oregon, right? I mean, if Oregon has 2 losses, and they're still going to get in, aren't they?
Yeah, I do. I think Oregon is almost a lock as that 3rd Big Ten team, and that's good news for the conference. You'll have Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon in. USC, obviously, they're playing for their playoff life here. Gutty win for them in the rain at home against Iowa, the way that they responded in that game. And they've played – they're a little bit tougher. They got the rap as a finesse team, of course, and I think they've been a little bit tougher against the run. Jaden Mayav played well. They've obviously got Mekhi Lemon on the outside. That's a fun game. Should be a Pac-12 game, but it's going to have to do as a really fun Big Ten showcase game that I can't wait to watch. I like Oregon to win, but it'll be a tight one.
Bill, you're the man. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk again next week.
Hey, I'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks so much.
You bet. That was Bill Bender of Sporting News joining us right there. He never quits in games, Bob.
No.
Video games.
I would expect nothing less from Bill Bender.
I hear you on that one. Coming up next, quick hitters, Morning Juice.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, on every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
Your child is sick. With those 4 words, the innocence and joy of childhood disappears. But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference. The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to hospitals across the country. Learn more at starlight.org.
Tito has had 2 wives. They've both been named Heather. If you know someone named Heather, please warn her. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby, Bodie. It's a Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Time for Bodie, after his long weekend, to shine.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Bodie Wells, back from Pittsburgh.
Back from the Steel City, guys. Happy Monday. We'll start here.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Cleared my throat there. We'll start here with college football. We just got into this a little bit with Bill Bender of the Sporting News there. We are officially on the verge of the college football regular season coming to an end. And with that comes what's expected to be one of the more crazy coaching carousels here. And over this past weekend here, we had some moves, or maybe some potential moves on that front. First up, we've got 1 or 2 here, guys. We'll start with this one. ESPN's Pete Thamel, he reported that James Franklin and Virginia Tech are in the early stages of talks, with some speculation on his candidacy expected in the coming days. The Hokies are still running a full search, but it's clear there's mutual interest between the 2 parties, sources told Pete Thamel. Bobby, do you think this would be a good move both for Franklin and for the Hokies.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Bill Bender talk about it. I think it would be. It would help return them to some relevance. You look at what James Franklin did at Penn State and how he was able to kind of pull them out of that situation. Bill O'Brien kind of crawled them out of the gutter, and then James Franklin took them to being a consistent top 10 program. Now, I don't know if you can do that at Virginia Tech, but I think he could put them to the point where Frank Beamer had them, where they were a team that you had expectations could win the ACC. They were consistently 8-9 win team, which I think you would take that right now for Virginia Tech any day of the week. Is there a culture?
Like, is it when you think of Virginia Tech, all I think about is I think of Frank Beamer and special teams. That's all I think.
Yeah.
I think that's who they're built up as.
I would look at the ACC this year and be like, why can't Tech be what Georgia Tech is, or hell, what Virginia is every, I don't know, 5 years maybe, give or take.
Yeah,
that seems reasonable,
right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Every 4 to 5 years, kind of make a run at the conference. All of a sudden, you're flirting with the 12-team playoff bid.
I think that Franklin to Vatek is about the perfect marriage. I think he's good for that school. I think it's a good get for them, and I think that there would be not Penn State expectations
definitely
at Virginia Tech.
And I don't know if he even wants this, but I don't even think I would hold out for Arkansas or Ole Miss if Kiffin left.
I was him,
just take Vatek, right?
If I was Florida, I would hire him. I know they don't want to admit that, but
right. I don't think that would be a bad hire.
I think it'd be a great hire for him. And I don't know if he could win you a national championship, and they'll be like, well, what are you talking about? Well, you haven't won one since Urban left, so this is a long time. He would make you a lot more okay. He would take you from being
You'd be okayer. Yeah.
a bad SEC team to being a good SEC team. He would get you to get to that 8-win threshold again, where that's kind of the floor of what you're putting out there, which most schools would say, hey, you give me 8 wins as a floor, we'll take that.
Yeah.
In Florida, they'll scoff at that, but I'm like, look at your record the last 10 years.
Yeah, but Florida thinks they're better than that.
That's my point.
Yeah, Florida thinks they're.
Most SEC teams think they are.
Most of them would, yeah.
Which is wrong.
Sure.
I think Arkansas fans and Auburn fans right now are like, oh, we get the right guy in here, we'll win a title in 3 years. And you're like, no, you won't. Cam Newton was the exception to the rule. I also think that if you look at the way Franklin recruited at Penn State, I don't know, you take that down to the southeastern part of the country down there in Gainesville. I saw something just within the last day or two here that it was like decommitments since Kelly, who was the head coach of Florida?
Napier?
Yes, Napier.
Okay.
And Franklin got fired. There's 3. I think LSU's lost one guy. Florida's lost none or one. And then Penn State's
left and right,
almost 20.
Yeah.
That speaks to what James Franklin was doing there. Guys, I know you're supposed to, commit to the school, not the coach, but nobody does that. And so I think that's a credit to him. Obviously, all those guys were committed to play for Penn State, but they wanted to go play for him.
I think Vatek's going to win. They'll win 8 to 10 games every year under Franklin. I think they will.
I would say so.
8 to 10
and
every year.
If you have a 7-5 or 6-6 year, you're Vatek.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, man. It's better than what you're doing
now.
now.
Lose Ohio State anymore.
Along with that news, guys, just before Texas A&M secured what was probably the wildest win of the weekend as they came all the way back to beat the South Carolina Gamecocks. They might be looking for a new head coach here soon. But the Aggies, they're not going to, as they signed Mike Elko to a new 6-year deal that is expected to make him one of the 5 highest paid coaches in the sport. The new deal runs from 2026 through 2031, averaging more than $11 million per season here for Elko down there in College Station. Tito, the Aggies, they're off to their best start at 10-0. It's their best start since 1992. This move seems like a no-brainer for both sides.
It's funny, Bodie. Every time I see a coach get a new deal like this, what I think about the first thing, and Bob,
don't lose that game.
No, that's part of it. But the first thing I think of is this guy's not better than Ryan Day. Whatever Ryan Day wants, he should get. I don't care what the number is, Bob.
Who's paying for it?
Not me.
Tito.
Okay, so it's easier to spend other people's money.
Bobby, I'm so good at that. Yes, but I'm just saying, though, Bob. But he's worth, though, whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, he's. One of 3 active coaches that have won a national championship, and we'll see if he can.
One so far.
Add any more to that list. Mike Elko's done a great job, though, at A&M. He stabilized it down there. He might not be the flashy guy. He's not Jimbo Fisher. He's not this. He's not that. But his teams play really well. They play hard. They're good defensively, and he is perfect for them. And if you're A&M and you're ahead of Texas, we'll see. He needs to beat Texas, obviously, to finish out this season strong. But there's so much momentum behind him there down at College Station. Like that, it was the only choice that they had. Like they had to give him whatever they needed. And is he better than Ryan? Well, probably not.
God, okay. All I'm saying is, like, I'd rather have, of all the coaches in America, you give me any head coach, my choice.
How about the world?
In the world, there we go. Thank you, Bodie, for the correction there.
8 billion people.
Yes, I would take Ryan Day at Ohio State. So if Elko now is top 5, where's Ryan? Is he still top 5 then?
Right.
Highest paid, you mean?
Highest paid?
Yeah.
Probably, right?
What did Elko just get, you said?
Averaging just more than $11 million.
I think Ryan makes 12 a year.
He makes 12, okay. Whatever.
So.
Dabo and Kirby are probably in that range.
Yeah, and I honestly, I would bet
Dan Lanning's probably up there.
Dabo's getting like $3 million a win.
Yeah. Hey, they got a huge win Friday night when they beat Louisville. They might make the win. Maybe are they still alive for the ACC championship game?
Everyone's alive for the ACC championship. Their school's not in the conference still alive for the championship.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe Miami and Notre Dame could just rematch. Winner goes to the playoff. Samford makes their way down to College Station this weekend. Noon kickoff between them and the Aggies. I think Texas A&M probably going to take care of business there. Assuming they win that game, I think they're a lock for the playoff.
Yeah,
no matter what happens against Texas.
I think they're a lock right now. I think the last 2 games.
Well, I think they can lose to Texas and
I think they
still make the SEC championship. I think.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of teams alive still for the SEC
because
title.
No one's undefeated now in the SEC in conference anyway. Bama was
outside of A&M.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they would lose, but Bama was undefeated in conference.
Bama's got one loss.
They got one now.
Oklahoma and Georgia's got one, right? 2 Bama. I think Oklahoma has 2. But
2 losses.
Yeah, there's a lot still to sort
Georgia,
out there.
Ole Miss, Bama all have 1. Texas, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt has 2. They all have 2.
I think some of those teams, though, it might hit a point where it's like, you know what? If we don't go play in the SEC title
might
game,
have been the worst thing in the world.
We're fine. Yeah.
That's why, look,
you get a home playoff game. Like, if you're Ole Miss and you just beat Mississippi, who they got left? Mississippi State and maybe one more. But regardless, I don't know, 11-1, and you take the quote-unquote bye week during the SEC title game and then get a home playoff game, it's probably not a bad plan B there.
Ole Miss has Florida. Or they beat Florida. Sorry, Mississippi State's their last game. They're off this week.
Oh, okay.
Ole Miss only
really?
has 1 more game. Yeah, Ole Miss right now 10-1.
Late bye week.
That's a late bye week.
Indiana's bye week.
I know.
Yeah, Indiana's also, yeah.
Look, when you got to prepare for Purdue.
Right, yeah, you don't.
You need all the
records
extra.
out. Pull the records out with those
you
2
get.
teams.
Baseball guys here. Baseball here. We had a double dose of history in the Major League Baseball taking place on Thursday night last week when the American League and National League MVP winners were announced. In the AL, it was Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees edging out Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners to take home the award for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. And doing so, Judge joins Yogi Berra, Roy Campanella, Joe DiMaggio, Jimmy Fox, Mickey Mantle, Stan, is it
Musial?
Okay. Albert Pujols, Mike Schmidt, and Mike Trout. Pretty strong list. There's guys who have won 3 MVPs. And then how about this? In the National League, Dodgers two-way superstar Shohei Ohtani took home his 4th MVP award in the last 5 seasons. He was the unanimous winner this year, earning all 30 first-place votes. His 4th MVP. He is now alone in 2nd place all times, behind Mr. Barry Bonds, who won it 7 times. Bobby, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive for both Judge and Shohei Ohtani when you read that list of guys there that they have joined and surpassed.
Oh, yeah. It's on an epic run with what they've been able to get done there, especially Shohei having 4.
Yeah.
Coming over here. Very rarely I feel like when you pay guys contracts like that, does it end up being worth it? But I think the Dodgers are recouping all of the money that they've spent on him.
They are. He said he hopes to have a be fully ready to go for pitching in the spring and be able to have like a full season of pitching for them.
Next year he can win the Cy Young along with the MVP.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's amazing what he does. The Judge Cal Raleigh thing was interesting to me also, though, because, Judge led the league in hitting, in batting average, but Raleigh had more homers and more ribbies, and I know it's all antiquated stuff, but the fact that Raleigh...
How about their WAR? any other advanced metrics.
There's war and there's F war also. There's another one too, like lowercase f and then war. They also
OPS.
have the OPS is something important also.
But OPP.
I'm down. That's down.
He gets on base.
Right, exactly,
Guys.
If I point it,
If I'm going to point at Pete again,
if you don't look at your notes,
he gets on base.
Bobby. But Raleigh's a catcher, and to put up those kind of numbers as a catcher is really impressive. By the way, I think Raleigh caught 123 games this year, but he played in 159. He only missed 3 games. So
pretty impressive.
Even when he's not catching, he's still playing.
You would think voter fatigue, too. Like this,
Yeah.
I feel like this happens in a lot of sports where
Right.
it's like, wow, we can't just give the MVP to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen every year, or Steph Curry and LeBron every year. So then you got like Russell Westbrook winning it. And it's
Right.
not that he was like completely undeserving, but for both these guys, frankly, Ohtani 4 and 5 years, Judge 3 out of 4. When Raleigh was every bit worthy too.
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't like you had to clearly give it to Judge because there was nobody else. Like Cal was a very worthy adversary there.
Yeah, when you look at it, and you mentioned the Mahomes thing, but it's in football it's different because you have offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, and MVP.
True.
So you get away with 2 usually. You can this year Mahomes be MVP probably. Jonathan Taylor probably offensive player of the year because they never give that. They never give the MVP.
I don't think Mahomes was winning MVP this year. But
Well, they would say whoever it is. Though,
it's going to be Drake May or
somebody. But in baseball, like if they had MVP and offensive player of the year, Judge might be offensive player of the year, but Raleigh might have been MVP in that scenario. If that makes sense. So that's it for the quick hitters. Thank you so much for that, Bodie, and also welcome home. Appreciate that. Coming up next, look, the Buckeyes get the big one. We'll hear what Ryan Day had to say, and also I'll tell you why one player made a good business decision. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Delaware County Veteran Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of Veteran County Veteran Service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veteran Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veteran Services.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions. Telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. All it takes is a little preparation. Get to the airport early, bring a carry-on bag that fits in the overhead, and have an acceptable ID. Not all state-issued IDs will cut it. Check out tsa.gov/ID and see which TSA acceptable IDs make the grade, like a real ID or passport.
Before you jet, do a little prep, and you're good to go. Check out tsa.gov/ID or the MyTSA app.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. One man is national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bobby, Tito, Bodie. Bob, did you see what Daquan Finn did this weekend for Miami? Or what the decision that came out that he made? He said he's not going to play anymore this year for Miami.
Good for him.
Put your gear on.
Because he wants to prepare for the NFL draft.
Yeah, makes sense.
By the way, he's a 7th-year senior.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to school
year.
for 7 years. They're
Right.
called doctors.
So he is not. He said, "I'm not playing." Even though Miami, I don't know what they were, if they won this weekend or not. But coming into the weekend, they were 5-5, so they were still obviously looking for a bowl eligibility thing, and he essentially quit on the team. And I think that all you do now is, I thought Finn was looked really promising when he played for Toledo and they came to Ohio State here. He had some nice plays there. It looked good. I thought it was exciting. And then he went to Baylor and didn't do anything, then goes to Miami now. But on the flip side, so I think that Finn hurt his draft stock by quitting on his team.
I don't know how he would help his draft stock unless he's injured or something.
Right.
Like, I get that. Like, hey, I'm really beat up. I'm not playing well at this point, and I need to have surgery or something like that. But it's not like there's still plenty of time for that to be the case.
Yeah.
Like, guys that are going to sit out like that, especially the quarterback position, I think I think you're judged more critically there because you're supposed to be viewed as the leader of the team, and they want a guy who's a first in, last out guy, not somebody that's going to bail on you.
So on the flip side of that, though, Bob, and I'm not saying this guy quit because this guy was injured, had a concussion. Although he had a concussion, I guess he suffered it last week, and then 5 days later they say, "Oh, he had a concussion. He's not playing this week." Anyway.
Okay. So what is he healing up from a concussion? Like, is he rehabbing
I'm
that?
talking about Nico here.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Nico,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. I think that Nico not playing helped his draft stock.
Well, yeah, it would have been a bad. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's. And I know
he could have came out and made some plays. The thing is, they don't have any. They don't have any receivers there. They don't have near the weapons that he would need to be able to be successful. But he could have went out there and made some plays against what many people consider one of the best defenses in the country.
I just think that, and I think it was good for his brand to not be out there going against that team. Because, yes, he may have made a couple of plays, Bob, but I think Ohio State still would have made him look bad. Like, they make everybody look bad. But nonetheless, Ohio State gets that win. And Carnell Tate out. Jeremiah Smith, also, or Jeremiah Williams, or Jeremiah Love, also missed some time there. But here is Ryan Day talking about the injuries to Carnell and JJ.
Yeah, we rely on our medical staff, and just, go with, the doctors, they're the ones who know best. And then certainly the feedback that you get from the players is important as well, and just make the best decisions we can.
Is there anything that you are concerned long-term about Carnell or Jeremiah right now?
No.
Bob, I feel like Carnell, and you know this more than I would, being around the program. I feel like if there was a Michigan game this week and Carnell part plays.
I would say that.
All right.
That's probably an accurate statement.
Do you think they should be pushing to play this week?
No. Not if you. Like, what do you mean? What's pushing to play mean?
What I mean is if that's where. Go ahead, Bodie. I don't know why you didn't jump in there. Could he hurt it more?
He heard it any worse.
Right, any worse.
I don't
Bob.
understand, Herb.
So I'm wondering about that, Bob. It's because it's not the Michigan game. It's not one more game after Michigan. It might be 4 more games after Michigan. And so, you're talking about a 5-game season after Rutgers. And I'm just saying, if they're not 100%, if they are, and I know you as a football player, you will tell me that
if you're healthy enough
100%.
to play and it's not going to get any worse.
Yeah.
And part of it is, too, with this, are you setting it back and you're just living in this world where you're just mitigating and dealing with symptoms all week? you don't want to be trapped in that whirlpool every week. So if you can get healthy and get right, then yes, you do that. But otherwise, like, you go play. Like, you're football players.
Like,
unless you want to talk about quarterbacks opting out, not playing anymore.
And also the fact, Carnell, this will be his last home game.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to go. He's gone after this year, and they're not going to host a playoff game this year. So
there's still time.
They're not going to host a playoff game.
He's not coming back for his degree.
Olave
did it.
We had a lot of the receivers. We got to hear their names called more often than normally do. Here's Ryan Day talking about that.
Yeah, what a great opportunity for some of those other guys to get some key reps to learn from, and so some of them we're good. Some of them we got to improve on. But man, Brandon made a couple nice catches. The third down catch near our sideline there was an excellent one, and so maybe the yards weren't as high, but when you're a slot receiver, it's about some of those first down catches, and he had a bunch of those tonight, and those kept the drives going.
It was. I was excited about the Bob. Like I said, we talked about it. Looked a little bit disjointed, maybe combination of saying and not being 100% after he had that his ankle turned, which looked a lot worse, I guess, than I thought it would be. But and just the timing. And it's funny because these receivers also then the one of the announcers had said something about that there was a pass that somebody, I can't remember who it was, but said Jeremiah would have caught that ball, kind of thing. And there was a couple times that happened with the broadcast where, you heard someone say, "Oh, Tate would have had that ball," or whatever, which is a little bit unfair to those guys. But I like seeing the other receivers out there and get some action.
Absolutely, it's great. It was fun to see. Like, those guys have been working, and people have been waiting to kind of see when are they going to pop out there, when are they going to be healthy, or when are they going to get their shot to ultimately go and play. And so it was good to watch. Everyone's talked about, Brandon Ennis, he's a captain. He hasn't been all that productive this year. Well, they just haven't run a lot of plays. There's only one football. There's only so many ways you can get it. But Mylan Graham looked really good in training camp. Bryson Rodgers looked good in training camp. And it was good to see, Bryson ran a great dig, came in, caught the ball, they put it on him. It was great to see, those two guys play a lot. And then Brandon be a little bit more of the focal point of the offense at times, especially on third down when there's chain-moving opportunities, like Ryan said.
Right.
For him to go out there and to be able to be the guy that makes those catches that keep you on the field.
Bob, did you go back and watch the broadcast or not? Have you watched it?
I have not.
Okay. There was at halftime, whoever the sideline reporter was pulls Ryan Day aside. And obviously, Ohio State had a damn near flawless first half, dominated. And she says to him, "What's your message to your team at halftime?" kind of thing. And you could see Ryan was very polite, It's like, but it's just an odd question. I think Ryan Day may be like, what the hell are we talking about here? Here's Ryan Day talking after the game about the workman-like performance.
Yeah, pretty workman-like, I think. Thought we had the right approach coming in. We found out kind of, I guess, this morning or today that Nico may be out, and sort of that sort of changed things a little bit just in terms of our approach and our game planning, but not in terms of our mindset and mentality. And that's the thing that we want to make sure, as we've talked about before, and we bring it every day and have that look in our eye. And I thought we did that again tonight. We ended up, Jeremiah, had a certain amount of plays. We felt like we're just going to hold him, make sure that he's at 100% here over the next week, and decided to hold Carnell this week as well, and so gave us an opportunity to play some of the younger guys, and I thought Brandon had a lot of nice third down catches in there, and then we got able to get the run game going. So defense played strong, and then the kickoff return was great to get. On the field, a lot of hard work was done there to get that on the field and executed. So that was good. But I think it was businesslike, workmanlike. I thought we had the right approach to it. Certainly not perfect, but that's what we need to get to, because the precision and the execution that needs to happen here, over the next couple of weeks is going to be very important.
This weekend should be more of the same. I'm not sure if Rutgers is any better than UCLA. They'll at least they'll be maybe healthier, I guess, coming into the game. But I envision the same kind of thing, Bob, where I think Ohio State can probably, if everyone's healthy, I think Ryan Day can name his score.
do you think he wants to name it?
I said before, Bob, I wish he'd be Petty. I wish he would be
Tom
Signetti.
Petty?
Yes. Richard Petty. I wish he would I wish he would hang 60 on a team. He won't. I know that, but I wish he would.
He's got respect for Greg Schiano. Like, you don't need to go out there and destroy him. And here's the reality. 8 plays, touchdown. 11 plays, field goal. 12 plays, touchdown. 5 plays, touchdown. 2 plays, field goal. And that was your drives in the first half.
Yeah.
Like, people can say whatever they want about things. Defensively, 3 plays, punt. 5 plays, punt. 6 plays, punt. 3 plays, punt. 4 plays, turnover on downs. Like, that was it. Like, there's nothing, you really couldn't do anything any better in the first half.
And I read, Bob, I don't know if I heard this, one or the other, but that because of the pace, now they play with some more tempo. They play with more tempo, I think. Coming out this week, they seem to play with like more of an up tempo than they have in the past this year.
Uptown girl.
Yes. But if you look at their number of plays they've run, number of plays that involved in their games because of the way it's gone, I think I read or heard that it was like it's the equivalent of having 3 fewer games this year.
Depends on who you're judging against, but it's at least 1 game fewer, if not a game and a half to 2. 3, it's a little high, but that's if you extrapolate them playing the same way and, all the games on the playing. But yes, you're taking reps off guys. So last night, they have 34 passes, 33 rushes, 67 plays. That was kind of even on the high end for them.
Yeah, I think so too.
That was a little faster. I mean, they've been in the 50s. The problem is when UCLA is just going 3 and out,
right?
You get the ball back, you've got to do something with it, no matter how slow you play.
And I understand, Bob, that the tempo is the game and the opponent will dictate the tempo sometime. Will dictate the tempo. But do you think it's at all by design, by day, to have fewer plays in the game?
Yes, that's 100%. Like they haven't run up tempo. When have they gone hurry up?
They did against UCLA early on, right?
Just
early
a little bit, just a little bit,
yes.
Just to show it, and just to work on it,
but
have it.
I didn't know if you thought I guess what I'm asking was it a concerted effort before the season started? Like Ryan Day said, hey, it's a damn grind. We're going to play 16 games this year. Let's try to take a game, not a game off. I don't mean like take the game off. I mean, let's try to shave a game's worth of wear and tear, or 2 games of wear and tear off our team.
They started doing that last year. I mean, they literally started doing it last season, and it worked so well. And Ryan was, there's only 2 teams that played till that final week, with Notre Dame and Ohio State being 2 of them, and understanding what that does to the players' bodies, the expectations of what they need to be late in the season. So, yeah, this is something that's a concerted effort, and they've talked about it, they've addressed it, and I think people now are starting to look at it and realizing that it makes a lot of sense because it exposes your defense to less. You don't have to rotate as many guys. You can stay just a hell of a lot fresher.
Okay, so you obviously made the jump. Let's see. You went 14-0 your freshman year, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then you go to the NFL and you've got your a couple of preseason games and then a 16-game grind. How much different is that than a college football season? Making that jump. Now, it's different college now, I know, because the fact that Ohio State played, 16 last year, could play 16 this year, should play 16 this year. But how much different was that for you as you think about your last couple years of college to your first year in the NFL on your body?
Oh, it's way different.
Yeah.
The NFL, yeah, it's the amount of games, and even with this, they're going to get like a little week off here. After the Big Ten championship, you get some time. They'll get a bye. But, yeah, in the NFL, when you're playing 16 plus playoffs plus preseason, or now 17, it's a lot. It's a lot on you. And so these guys who came from high school go from playing 10 games, maybe 11 or 12, to where it used to be by Thanksgiving or like Halloween, in high school, it's kind of you're starting to see, the end of the line there. I mean, college, you've got another month. NFL, you've got a couple months after that. So it's a big difference physically, but as much as it's physically, it's just a psychological element of knowing you've got to get up and go play.
The one thing I did enjoy, Bob, about this game also, though, was the way the running game was going. And here is Ryan Day talking about that.
I thought the running backs ran hard. I think, it was on 33 carries for 222. And it looked like just about all those guys averaged over 7 yards a carry. But there was a lot of runs that I saw in there where we were making guys miss on the first level and the second level, in particular James. But, it starts with the offensive line, and, every play sort of looks the same to start with, but, like, how are you finishing the plays? And so we're going to get on the film and make sure we're finishing plays downfield. Guys are finishing their guy downfield. The blocking on the perimeter has got to be strong. And that comes down to effort and mindset. Everybody's involved with the run game. And it starts with the offensive line, tight ends, but Julian's involved. But at the end of the day, it seemed to me like the running backs were getting downhill and running physical. Even I think on one of the touchdown runs by Bo, there was maybe a free hat in the hole. But that's the running game, and sometimes you got to be your own blocker, run guys over, and make a miss. That's how it works. But it was good. I mean, so I guess now looking at the last 2 weeks, we've had just under maybe 80 runs, because what did we have last week? Like 40, somewhere around there. So over 70 carries the last 2 weeks, which is great. And I think the more these young backs carry the ball, the better they're going to be. I said that all along. So we're going to need them, man, with the teams we're about to play.
James Peoples averaged 7 yards a carry on 6 carries, which was the lowest among he, West, and Bo Jackson. West was
a great play, though. I was really happy for James.
Me
the
too.
hurtling of the defender. I mean, it was a ooh and ah moment. It was pretty awesome.
That's one of those things, Bob, where he's somebody who doesn't get a lot of opportunities, and it's nice to see him have a signature play. You know what I mean? Like that right there now, when people think of James Peoples, they're going to think of that play first.
Oh, yeah, that'll be the play, at least unless he does something better, the one that he'll be associated with mostly in Ohio State lore. So really happy for him. And coming this season, he obviously had huge expectations of what he thought he could be this year. And I think, a lot of that was correspondent with Ryan and what they thought he was going to be. And it just hasn't really materialized the way that he probably would have liked to see it. And now you get Isaiah West and Bo Jackson that are getting more of the carries. But it was great to see him out there and allow him to take advantage of the opportunities that he's been given.
It reminded me, Bob, of somebody we've talked to recently. But, Maurice Hall, we know him for the Michigan touchdown that won the game. And, Peoples, a veteran guy who's now kind of getting passed in the running back rotation by a couple of freshmen. But him having, I know it wasn't the same as winning the game against Michigan, but him having a moment like that, though, is still, it's a cool thing to see.
Oh, it was an ooh and ah. Like, everybody in the stadium, it erupted when he did that. And then he went and scored, to polish it off. So it was a great overall play that people like to see, and it energized the whole stadium.
Do you think that Ohio State's success in the running game says more about the running backs, the line, or UCLA's defense?
UCLA's defense isn't great.
Right.
That's nothing to write home about. They did stop Penn State at the end of the game when they needed to, but I don't know what that's saying. I think it really talks about, the offensive line is getting better and starting to improve. And then, as Ryan talked about, the more those guys play, the better they get. And sometimes you got to be your own blocker. Like, you may have an unblocked hat in the hole. There may be someone that's spilling off and falling off of a block. Like, you've got to either run through them or run around them. Those are your options. And they did a little bit of both on Saturday night.
Not that I have anything to do with, or this didn't interest me necessarily, but the line for the Ohio State game opened up at around 29.5, got to 34, I think, after the announcements about Nico not playing. I think it settled around 33. And a certain play by Lorenzo Styles would have taken anybody who was picking Ohio State to cover, would have gotten them money. Here is Ryan Day talking about the Lorenzo Styles kick return.
Yeah, Lorenzo, you could see the speed. He was rolling, but it takes buy-in from everybody. And we assign each special teams unit to a coach, and Nate Ebner has that group, and I thought he did a great job. First off, you have to get buy-in from the players. They have to believe that it's going to go. We haven't had many opportunities this year. We put that return in this week, and we knew we may not get that many opportunities at it. And Nate said, I really want to take a shot at this thing. And so when it was taken out a yard or two in the end zone, Lorenzo said, once I took it out, I knew I had to return it for a touchdown, so I better get running. He didn't have a choice. I agreed with him. But it's just the buy-in from everybody. That's how it works. Because all it takes is one guy. How many times have you heard a return? Well, if we just made one more block, it would have gone. And that's what it takes. So it's a mindset of guys doing their job. And when special teams can flip a game like that, certainly it makes a big difference.
First time since 2010, Jordan Hall.
That's good that that's finally been erased.
Yes.
It's been a long time, 15 years. So Lorenzo Styles, and it couldn't happen to a guy that, has done everything the right way, battled some injuries, went to Notre Dame, transferred, has been sitting, kind of waiting, and he's playing really good football this year. And that was awesome to see him, be able to do that.
I would like to say that Styles got promoted, not just transfer. I think he got promoted going to Ohio State versus that team out westish. Anyway, southest. But Bob, yes, it was. And were you surprised when he took it out?
A little bit, because you just don't see kickoff returns that much anymore.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, they can fair catch that thing anywhere down there.
Yeah.
So usually you don't see it. Now, with that being said, because of that, when you do bring it out, there's an opportunity to make some big plays, because a lot of times that coverage unit isn't strained and stressed the way that they need to be. And also, I mean, functionally, guys just start to let up a little bit.
Yeah. I was, when he first started taking it, I thought, oh, God, this is going to piss Day off. But I'm glad that it was
They've
not.
been working. Nate's been trying to get them to return one for a while. He was pretty confident in what he thought that they had out there, and I think that confidence shows, and that might be a play that they need in a big game.
You're right. Look, I'd like the fact they showed they can do it. You know what I mean? Like, just showing it that Ohio State can do that, I think, is also a good thing. Coming up next, lots going on in the NFL yesterday, and we'll handicap where the AFC North is right now. There's a big game tonight for Bodie. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. In football, a quarterback needs protection, time in the pocket to make the big play. In business, your pocket is your cash flow. Without the right protection, pressure can come fast. A great banking partner is like your O-line, pancaking your problems to keep you marching down the field. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses protect the pocket.
Thanks, Bobby. At Riverside Bank, we help you guard what matters most with cash management, flexible credit solutions, and fraud protection that keeps your business upright and moving forward.
That's right, Chuck. Because whether you're running a small shop or leading a regional enterprise, protecting your pocket is how you stay in the game. Come see us at Riverside Bank, and we'll help you play to win. Look for our new branch location at Bridge Park in 2026.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank. Hey, does this sound like you where every step or reach is a reminder that it hurts? The pain is there, a reminder of what you're not able to do, how far you've drifted from that life you used to have and love where you didn't have the pain. Listen, if this is you, if this is a family member, you need to talk to them about it. You need to do what I did and go to QC Kinetics. They've got the answers for you, the relief without the scalpel, without the surgery. At QC Kinetics, they tap into your body's own regenerative power. The damaged tissue, it can be healed by itself. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story. The very cells in your body can help you get healed with no surgery, no pills, no long recovery, just remembering how to move and feel alive again so you can golf, hike, do all the stuff you love to do. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus or 380-208-4544. They have offices all over Columbus, so be sure to check them out at 380-208-4544.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Okay.
What if we made a conference of independent teams?
That sounds like a great idea.
I'm telling you, dude. I talked with Reeser about this on Saturday.
The Conference of Independence.
Bob, the more I think
the
about
American
it,
Conference.
I'm not saying. Look, still play Michigan.
Oh, they can come join.
But I just
be part of the Independence.
I wish.
Let USC come on in.
I sometimes wish, Bob. I'm not talking about every sport, but for football, Notre Dame may have it right. Notre Dame may do it the right way, Bob.
You say that now, and like 6 weeks ago, everybody was like, well, their schedule isn't that great. They can't get an auto bid in, and if they don't have the conference championship game at the end to give them something that would bolster their resume more. So, like, here's the thing: being in a conference it's fine as long as the conference is aligned with you, and especially if you're a place like Ohio State, you're able to make sure that you're getting the value of what you bring to the conference back on the other side of it, which for a long time wasn't the case. And I think that is changing now as they look forward. But I want to tell you, do you need a local bank that truly values local business in this town and then wants the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep it running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's getting late awfully early for the Kansas City Chiefs. They are now 5-5. They have no shot, really, I don't think, anymore of winning the AFC West. They are now
9-2 with the Broncos. You're not catching
Broncos
that.
9-2.
And you obviously, you just lost to them. So
yes.
And Jonathan Cooper, Gehenna native,
that's right,
coming out after the game. What did he say? What do we have to be scared of? Did you see the clip?
I didn't see that. I would be, I don't know. I'd still be a little scared of Kansas City if I'm being honest with you. But hey, I like the confidence.
If the season ended today, Kansas City would not be in the playoffs. Neither Baltimore, neither, let's see who else. Oh, Houston right now has got the 8th spot. They would not be in either, but Jacksonville 6-4. So the Chiefs are just one game behind.
No,
out of the spot.
They're in striking distance.
Yes, they should.
So are the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens also. You're right. The Ravens.
That's so Raven.
That's so Raven. That's right. But like if it ended right now, Jacksonville would be at New England, Chargers at Indy, Bills at Steelers will be the three.
Run through that one more time.
Jacksonville at New England.
Okay.
Chargers at Indy.
Okay.
And Bills at Steelers. That's how it would play out right now.
Mason Rudolph under center?
Probably. You're right. I don't know about the Rodgers thing. They said he might have like a broken bone in his wrist.
Bruise on the wrist is a hell of a long way from the heart.
A broken left wrist. There might be a broken bone in his wrist. In the NFC, we'll get your street clothes on. In the NFC, it would be the 49ers at the Rams. It would be the Packers at the Bears and Seahawks at the Buccaneers.
Who's the number one seed in the AFC?
AFC is New England.
Okay.
Or sorry, Denver. I'm sorry,
that's
Denver.
right,
Denver is now because of the win.
okay.
No, right, yeah, that's right. Denver in the AFC, Philly in the NFC. We are now 11 weeks into the season, Bob. Do you feel like you know who the best team is in each conference? Not record-wise necessarily, but just
I feel like I've got a pretty good idea. Like, who the best team is. Who do I think would be the team that would be able to win the Super Bowl out of there? I don't know if you just say one, but I would be able to kind of triangulate it down to a couple teams that I really like at this point. I think you know a lot about them. I honestly learned a lot about Denver. I didn't know if Denver would be able to beat Kansas City.
Right.
And that was a big win.
Yeah, big win for them on that one. I still think New England's a better team than Denver. I think Kansas City is...
I don't know that New England's better than Buffalo.
God, I tell you, it's an amazing job that your boy Braves has done there this year.
Yeah, I'm not debating that.
After what they had the last 2 years, the last year Belichick, and then last year with Mayo.
Gerard Mayo.
Yeah. And the fact that, is it about Vraves or is it about May? You know, I mean, May's certainly taken a step forward, but how much of that, I wonder.
Chicken or the egg.
Right, exactly. There we go, Bodie. I want to give Vraves all the credit. Not because of anything. I mean, I've never met Vraves.
He's a great coach.
Okay, but I'm saying.
Well, he helped develop Drake May. I mean, anybody, you can have quarterbacks, you can have guys that are talented players that don't end up being good because of the situation they're in and the coaches that they have around them. I mean, Daniel Jones, case in point.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Baker Mayfield, look at guys, like, that's why they're starting to succeed in different places just because of this. And I think that's forcing some NFL teams to maybe pause and think, like, is it really the quarterback or is it us? You know,
It's not you, it's me.
Are we the reason that he might not be as good? Now, there's times where, you know what, the quarterback, he's just not what you thought he was. And that happens. But there's a lot of times where it's like, are you giving the guy the support he needs? Luke Fickell didn't forget how to coach at Wisconsin.
I agree.
Does he have the support that he needs? Does he have the resources? Do you have the players? And so you have to ask yourself, the same thing with a quarterback in the NFL, like, does he have the receivers? Are we giving him a good offensive line?
Right.
Like, is it a competent, coherent coach that's calling the plays? That's not always the case either.
Over in the NFC, when I look at Philadelphia, the way they've won their last two games without any semblance of an offense whatsoever.
Yeah, they've been
it's impressive.
Parceling it. Some might say cobbling it together.
It's impressive, though, right, Bobby? Look, I know, the offense has done nothing the last 2 weeks against Green Bay and Detroit.
It'll eventually get you.
I can't tell if Philly's just sleepwalking because they know once they get to January they'll be fine.
It feels like New England used to, or like Kansas City is.
In the first round.
Yeah.
Or I guess the second round if they got a bye. Not really sure because the talent's still there. But, yeah, they definitely haven't been clicking on offense.
Right now, Detroit would not be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Cowboys,
6-4.
Cowboys.
They lost.
The Cowboys, man. If they would have gotten the win.
Just let them get hot. Don't let them get hot, though.
Cowboys night in Vegas.
Can't wait.
Will you be up late watching the game, buddy?
I'm off tomorrow, so yes, I will be.
Look at you.
Took it off purposefully.
That's exactly right. Yes.
When I put that in, I wasn't quite planning on celebrating Monday night with the Quinnen Williams arrival, but here we are. Logan Wilson, too. Don't want to leave him out.
You joke, and that's fine. I'm telling you, I would not want to face Dallas in the playoffs.
I think it's score
3-5-1, baby.
But they should be 4-5. That tie was.
We got quite the road to hoe here, though.
That's a tough.
Got Vegas tonight.
Right.
They're not very good.
Right.
But after that, Philly at home, Kansas City at home on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
At Detroit, home for Minnesota. They're not very good. But then the LA Chargers. Close with the Commanders and Giants.
So that's 2 W's. But think about how important that
Barely
Thanksgiving.
Beat the Giants the first time with Russell Wilson.
Thanks. By the way, speaking
now
of that,
you've got Jameis, famous Jameis.
Unlimited.
Did he get in there yesterday?
I don't think he played. I think it was all Winston. I think it was all Winston yesterday.
Winston, he was trying to eat that dub. It was too big.
That's who I meant when I said he. Sorry. So Jameis played against Green Bay.
Started and played the whole game. Yeah.
Nice.
And he did end up. I think he only threw one pick.
Only.
Well, yeah, that's saying something.
The
for Jameis.
over/under's 1.5 every game. Yeah. You're going to get one from him.
He threw for 201. No touchdowns, one pick. He also rushed for a touchdown, though. But he also lost a fumble, so he'd have 2 turnovers. But he had a pick late in that game in the end zone when they were driving down. But, Green Bay got the win. And more like the injuries, Malik Willis had to come in because Jordan Love was out for a while. Josh Jacobs left in the first half and didn't come back. But, the Packers get that win in New York, 27-1. Yeah, but Winston, though, the Giants felt more like when they had Jackson Dart than they did when they had Russell.
Yes.
Russell, it's amazing.
It's much closer to Dart than it is to. I mean, really the Rustler looked terrible in there.
We lit up the Cowboys that one week, but
that's the thing, right?
400 some passing yards.
Yes, I know.
My gosh.
I had
motivation, Russell.
He fooled everybody. The Dallas Cowboys allowed him to
Pete.
fly to the rest of the NFL.
Right.
They thought he could still play because of that game.
Or not.
So Steelers are on top of the AFC North. Ravens at 5-5. Bengals 3-7. Browns 2-8. Bengals and Browns are out of it now. If I am the Bengals, I would tell Joe Burrow, "Hey, you're not coming back this year. Just get ready for next year."
They're only 3 games out of it in the division.
I still believe, based on what I saw yesterday too, there is a very wide gap. It's more than 3 games. Actually, the Bengals are further behind the Ravens than they are the Steelers. Bobby, you throw around a bunch of weird words. I don't know what they mean, so I'm going to take them as disrespect.
Wait, say that again, though.
Okay, listen. Here we go.
I'm listening because I heard it the first time and it didn't really make sense.
6-4 Steelers, 5-5 Ravens, 3-7 Bengals.
Yeah,
the Bengals are further behind the Ravens than they are the Steelers.
Okay, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Because the Steelers are
not mathematically, but
we're not going to talk about facts. We're talking about just images here. But the Ravens are still the best team in the AFC North. If the Steelers can somehow make the playoffs, God, if they win the division and host a playoff game, that'd be huge. But I started to wonder about this too, Bob, though, with the Steelers, and as much as I love Mike Tomlin, and I do love me some Mike Tomlin. The decisions that the Steelers have made, whoever it is that made the final decisions on things, though, the fact that they really thought last year that Russell Wilson was an answer to their problems makes me question the decision making. If you looked at Russell Wilson, he has not been good for so damn long, and
minus that Cowboys game,
the team I said was dangerous to get to the playoffs. But yeah, Bob, I'm saying,
who's your go-to, Russell?
The fact that someone said, more than one person, the Steelers organization said, you know what? I think Russell Wilson might be good for us at quarterback.
Well,
and the fact they bench Fields.
I don't know if they said that. First of all, they brought him in because there wasn't any other real option.
It's like things possibly get any worse.
I mean, who's going to play? Mitch Trubisky? Mason Rudolph?
Jameis Winston?
What about Duck?
Yeah, there's the other one too, yeah.
Who?
Duck.
Duck Hodges.
Yeah,
Hodges,
yeah. I'm just saying about but somebody on the Steelers organization had to say,
Duck.
This could be the guy. This could be a guy who could make us better. That's the part that bothers me.
I just think that they were searching. Some of it's more of a hope.
Yeah.
You're not even sure if it's real.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
It really is.
I don't know, Bob. It feels to me the same way when somebody.
So you think this is it for Mike?
No, I'm not saying it's it for Mike. I think that I think it'll all be up to Mike when he goes. I think it'll be up to him when it's all said and done if he wants to leave or not. I'm just saying that if they could host a playoff,
do you think he does then?
I think he comes back. I do. I think it might be tied to Rodgers though too. I've liked what I've seen from Rodgers this year.
Yeah, he's been fine. They just need more help around him. I mean,
yes,
he's not what he was, and he's also not getting paid like that though.
Right.
But he can win for you. But you can't let him keep getting hit.
I don't know if Tomlin wants to stick around for a rebuild. You know what I mean? Like if Rodgers says I'm done.
Rebuild, they've got so much money invested in that defense.
I know they do. I know, but when I say rebuild, Bob, I mean they say we're going to develop a new quarterback. Now, if there's
been working on that since Ben left.
I think
the thing is can they get a quarterback with him as head coach? I mean that respectfully,
no, I know
too.
What you mean.
They're not bad enough to go get one.
Right.
I'm surprised they haven't stumbled into one of these rebirth projects like Daniel Jones, Baker, Sam Darnold, etc. You would just think that organization is so strong every year. They always seem to have some pretty good pieces, maybe more so on defense than offense, but I don't know that their offensive pieces the last handful of years have been a mess either.
Yeah.
And they've tried a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And they kind of, like I said, I'm surprised they just haven't stumbled into one, but I just don't you're never going to pick in the top 5 with Tomlin. And you're probably not going to be 7 or 8 to draft to even move up from 7 or 8 to 2 or 3 to get a guy. And obviously the way these quarterbacks go now, I mean, there's no chance that anybody's falling down to the 22nd pick. If you're anywhere halfway decent, you're going
Jackson, though. Jackson Dart.
That's true.
But the Steelers used a higher draft pick than what the Giants used on Dart to take Kenny Pickett.
That's true. And Dart played well this year, but I don't know that, I don't think he's had a rookie season to the level that it's
Rookie of the year?
Yeah, our boy Highness was trying to jump on that one. That might be a miss.
He gets an out now, by the way. No, he gets an out now because of the injury.
But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we saw, I'm trying to think of another quarterback who just kind of, like, burst onto the scene in the last few years, that it was just immediately like, oh, yeah, this guy's our franchise quarterback.
Well, you could look
for
at, like, the Jaden Daniels,
exactly.
Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May.
Yes.
Those guys.
I mean, those guys are only in their second year.
Nix, right.
And I don't know that all those guys have been great, but, like, Daniels, I know this year has been disappointing for Washington, but he showed last year he can definitely play. Drake May might win MVP this year. I don't know that Dart has and granted, what he play, half a dozen games or whatever,
right,
but I don't know that I'm quite ready to go there with it.
And crown his ass.
Which franchise would you rather be right now, Bob? The Steelers or the Giants?
Ooh.
You've got Scatterboo. You've got Dart.
Listen, they've got elite neighbors. They've got good young talent. They've got a pretty good defense.
Right. I never thought I'd ask that question of anybody ever.
Yeah, it's a good question. I need to see more of Dart before I can fully give myself over to him saying he's going to be the answer.
Also, probably see who the next head coach is too, right?
Yeah,
I think that's ownership you trust, but it's been a minute since they were consistently good.
Yeah,
I mean, how many times, basically since that 2011 Super Bowl, have they even made the postseason? 2 or 3?
Eli's only
not
won
a lot.
Eli only won one playoff game outside of all his 2 Super Bowl runs.
Right, yeah.
So it wasn't like he was consistently getting him into the playoffs and pushing, having success.
The fact I just asked that question, wondering how I would answer it, kind of depresses me a little bit as a Steelers fan. And I'm wondering would I rather be if I could swap franchises right now, rosters. Not saying ownership.
What about Shador?
Oh God, Shador yesterday.
I couldn't tell if he looked kind of good or kind of horrible.
Did you see what his
they
numbers
couldn't
were?
block. Oh, that's the thing. I saw the numbers after the game.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I felt like he kind of played better than the numbers. They couldn't really block Baltimore, so not his
That's
fault
a big
on
piece
that,
of it.
But
blocking for your quarterback helps.
that would that'd do your wonders.
But Bodie, could you go into an NFL game and do as well as 4 for 16? I think you could.
I couldn't, but
I think you could.
I see where your line of
was
thinking
4
is
for
in that.
16, 47 yards.
You got to play him though now the rest of the year, right?
They've said
Just leave him
I
in.
think they said Gabriel, if he's healthy, he's going to play. But I'm with you. I would leave. I said it all along. I got mocked when I said I would rotate them game by game.
I don't know if that's the answer either.
I don't think so either.
That's an answer, probably not the answer.
But, I can't believe NFL teams haven't reached out to me yet about my opinions on these things. I'm just saying, though, Bob, when you look at it, the worst thing the Browns can do, and I've said it a million times, the worst thing that happened to the Browns is to go into next year's draft not knowing if you have a franchise quarterback on your roster.
You've got to know if
You
Shador's
have to
your
find
guy.
out,
You
yes.
have got to know if Shador's your guy or Dylan Gabriel. I think you've kind of figured out that it's probably not Dylan
It's not
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
You need to see a little bit of Shador, give him a 3 or 4 game sample size,
Yes.
and if he's bad, okay, then maybe there's some flashes in there that give you a hope, but there's a lot of things you got to solve.
The thing is, though, is this quarterback class is not very good.
It's not.
Right?
No.
There's not even one guy like a Cam Ward from last year that it's okay, this guy can go in the top 5, and obviously he went number 1. And then after that, though, it drops off. I mean, I'm seeing mock drafts with Ty Simpson in the top 10. And Mendoza, I don't know. I mean, he's obviously played very well for Indiana this year, but I don't know that I've ever watched him and thought, that's the next franchise quarterback in the NFL. Maybe he is. You know, it's a crapshoot with this stuff, but I don't know that you go into it like we just said a second ago with okay, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, 1, 2, 3. I'd feel pretty decent about that. And so if you're Cleveland, and I don't even I would think a guy like Ty Simpson comes back.
I would think
maybe
so.
not. Maybe
it's
if you're going to be a top 10
now.
pick and get that money. I don't know, but I think if I was him, and even watching that game against Oklahoma, granted Alabama can't run the football this year, which feels a weird sentence to say, but I would come back and play another year under DeBoer and get another year under my belt there
and get another year of NIL.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, you're not coming back for free.
Yes, exactly.
The next game for the Browns is they're on the road against the Raiders. I would love to see him give Shador first team reps all week. Say, Dylan, you're not playing this week, and and after that. And then they host the 49ers, host the Titans, at the Bears, host the Bills, host the Steelers, at the Bengals. You will learn a hell of a lot about your quarterbacks.
At least
those
some
games.
sort of idea.
Yeah, and I would think that
he may not play very well,
right?
But if he plays just decent, that's not bad for him. I can't imagine Gabriel plays this week, right? Too,
I
with a
wouldn't
concussion.
think.
Normally, isn't a concussion at this point always like a week off?
Or it's you practice all week and then you say you're not playing against Ohio State because all of a sudden you got concussion symptoms something the week before. But yes, you would think he'd be out this week. You would think that. Coming in next, Tony's got his juice, morning juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've hit your medical deductible, now's the time to see Dr. Mark Levy. Get a custom oral appliance that stops snoring and helps you ditch that CPAP and pay less out of pocket. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com before the year ends.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Don't let your insurance benefits go to waste. End the year sleeping better with Dr. Mark Levy's oral appliance. No mask, no noise, just results. Hurry, deductibles reset soon. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com today.
Tito invited the new Russian family who moved in down the street to watch Rocky IV. It did not go well. I must break you. This is Morning Juice.
You know what? At that break, I hope the mics were on, Bodie. I feel very convicted in what I said.
A dump button there, but
doesn't matter. Okay. Now I'm angry, but let's get juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, Bobby, my calendar says Monday. What do you got?
Well, it's Monday. I got a little Goggins here, but you know what? Let's save that for tomorrow. A little short on time here with everything. Big weekend. Obviously, Ohio State playing was phenomenal, and home game, weather, night game. It was fun, and the outcome was good. Friday night though, went to watch high school football. It's tough to see their Upper Arlington season came to a close. Lost 17-16 to Pick Central there. Really tough, hard-fought game on Friday night. Wild, just crazy. I don't say crazy. Just a hard-fought game, and tough way to finish and to wrap up their season. So, that got me a little bit juiced in a negative way. But you're on to the winter sports now, and you figure it out, and time marches on. Saturday went to the games yesterday. What's the basketball game? It was just about that. Notre Dame, Bodie. Do you watch Notre Dame hoops much? Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game. My heart hasn't been in the Notre Dame men's basketball seasons over the last handful of years as they have missed the tournament by a long shot. But yeah, I'm a pretty big fan. I'd say definitely get more invested when they're actually good.
Well, good. And when football season's over is usually what happens. So yeah, it's tough start time yesterday, 12:30 after a night game. But yesterday, busy day. Woke up. We had my wife called them our exchange students. We finally took them back to the airport. They ended up losing the semifinals on Friday. But they hung around, and I took them to their first Ohio State football game. They had a blast. Loved it. My man, Adam Jones, better known as Jonesy. Exactly. I think he would have been able to piece it all together. I mean, he was aware of football, but they had a blast. And you forget about how unbelievable the stadium is and the whole environment, the experience when you're around it a lot. And to listen to someone who's never been there and have a fresh perspective on it, just what you see when we walked up to the stadium, and he was like, mate, this place looks like Rome. it was so unbelievable. I was like, it was designed and modeled after the Colosseum with the arches and everything. He's like, this is bloody amazing. And they had such a good time. And then, so it was fun for them to say and to experience all that. They love Columbus too. Had a great time. They went out Friday night pretty hard after their loss and showed up pretty early in the morning on Saturday morning. So Friday night, I guess. Woke up and they're like, "How do we get a tailgate? How do we? We're just gonna go after it again, mate." I'm like, "Well, yeah." They go, "There's people when they have noon games, they go out till 2:30 and then wake back up at 7:30, 8 o'clock and pour themselves a bloody or get some mimosa.
Hair of the dog, man.
Hop back on that wagon." So this is a lot. I'm like, yep. So they had a good time. Took them to the airport. We did family pictures, Christmas card. And this was the first year that I can remember. Last year, I think, was pretty good. Everybody got dressed. They were ready to go. They took our pictures. We banged them out. My cousin Brittany did a great job with it. And all of our kids, we had no conscientious objectors. There was nobody that was just going to be a protester out there. No Antifa. Like, it was awesome. And they did I said thank you to all of them. Like, for what? I'm like, for you guys being out there and like, us getting that done in like 10 to 15 minutes, and it didn't have to take 2 hours of pain because someone just didn't want to smile or didn't want to do this or didn't want to wear that. They were awesome. You guys did a good job, and so that was fun to get all that taken care of. That all has me juiced. What's Slay's got to say?
Like, my forearms, they're not bad. I mean, they're solid, but my calves are terrible. So I'm just going to get those popping because I'm liking everything else right now, but I'm going to get those things going. And I did calves like 3 days in a row, and I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm just going to do it till they grow. I'm going to manually grow them.
Just manually grow.
Unfortunately, that hasn't helped at all, Schlegs.
What's got me juiced today, guys? We obviously talked about it a little bit top of the show. Had a great time out in the Steel City. They call Philadelphia the city of brotherly love. You know what we were calling Pittsburgh on Saturday, Tito?
I'm sure it was.
That'd be the city of Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love with a spin. Here he goes. Jeremiah Love. A 56-yard touchdown run with a spin move.
The Panthers came into the game tops in the country, average rushing yards per carry against, but unfortunately they hadn't faced Jeremiah Love all year.
They ran a interception back to the 11-yard line and got like 3 yards to kick the field goal. At that point, I'm like, it's over.
The Notre Dame faithful, Chris Ash, rising from the ashes, pun intended. He is back, baby. All of a sudden, that defense looks like a low Al Golden defense. And I mean the Notre Dame version, not the Cincinnati Bengals version of this. What else has me juiced today, guys? Going to try a little screen share here, and hopefully this works again
Bob,
today.
This is Bobby's virgin debut on this
Carp, I didn't realize you were part of this, too, so feel free to jump in at any point and add any details. I'm just going to play, not any audio, just play the clip here just because the audio is just a little bit of music in the background. But I actually have childhood friend of mine, his name's Lucas, was a part of this redemption project for the Buckeyes, telling the story of their national championship run. I thought it came out yesterday. Carp, you said Friday. At some point over the weekend, this came out. So
they texted me on Friday, so it's on Amazon now.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, at some point it came out on Amazon Prime there, as you said, Carp. So go check that out. I don't have the stomach to watch it yet. That last game still just hurts. It still hurts, Tito. I still know how the movie ends. It still hurts my heart, but definitely go check that out. I think, was Tebow a part of it too, if I'm not mistaken, Bob? Like I said, add any details that if you want to jump in there. Like I said, I wanted to just give a shout out because a buddy of mine from when I was growing up, his name's Lucas. He was the director of photography for the whole thing there, and part of, I think he had some other roles in it and whatnot. So.
It was great. Yeah, I just went down and did like one of the little interviews sitting there talking about, the season. And I think I did it like before
this guy
Christmas.
Play? Yeah, I played IGB.
But I talked about some of the stuff and just watching it. But I think it was before they had won the national championship. So like talking
about how confident they were. Well, I don't love hearing that.
I'm trying to remember the timeline, but it was just after the Michigan game and kind of how it kind of consolidated the team and, what that did. And it's a faith-based journey along with it. And just, that was kind of my thing, of just being around a lot of those guys for 3, 4, 5 years, watching a lot of them grow and mature as men. And that was pretty awesome. And I guess that's probably the vantage point that I had that was able to provide maybe a little color to the show and to the movie, was watching these guys and how they matured along the way and into the awesome young men that they are today.
Yeah, so definitely go check that out. You get a chance. Maybe when the score's 45-0 in the third quarter against Rutgers, take a little break before the 3:30 games and check that out there. So, Tito, what's got you juiced this morning?
Wife and I watch it today, by the way. We're going to watch it this morning. Just look, TE13, one of the part of the initial class in the chat Hall of Fame for us, lost his father this weekend. He told us on the chat that his dad passed away at the age of 57, very young, and but he did talk about how much he and his brothers enjoyed watching the national championship game last year with their father, and the dad coached all their teams, Bob, which you obviously have done with your kids as well. But we're all a big family here. I appreciate all of you guys being in the chat every day, and T13, our thoughts and prayers on that one for you and your family, as again, 57 years old, far too young to be losing your father. But anyway, thank you to all the chatters for chiming in here, and can't wait to watch Redemption today. We will be back tomorrow. It'll be a Schlegs day, so be ready. Get a good night's sleep tonight. Be ready for that. Zoo Review said, by the way, they used to close down bars, go to Subway, and then get up the next morning at 6 a.m. for kegs and eggs and head to Ohio State football. So that's usually the way it went for a lot of people there. So anyway, thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in.